Hello YouTube family, how are you doing? Hope you guys are doing well. So on today's video, I'm just gonna touch base on a little bit on astrology and some predictions. I see it's very important that I speak about. It'll be related specifically to the new moon in Libra, which is going to be on the 12th of April. Sorry, I kind of forgot what month are we in. And also the new moon in Taurus, which is going to be on the 29th of April. Specifically, I'm going to talk about Mars, the ruler of Aries and Scorpio, since we're still in the Aries energy right now. As I'm recording today's video, by the way, on the 4th of April at 4:29, as you see here, 4:29 p.m. April the 4th. It's a Friday. It's a beautiful day here in Toronto. So any timing I gave you, it's Eastern Standard Time, Toronto, Ontario, Canada. I'm gonna talk about the weekend as well. This weekend, I will do an astrological predictions for the full moon and the new moon. But I just want to touch base a little bit. Especially that Neptune moved into Aries now, okay? And as you see in the chart here, let me just walk you through the chart. You're gonna see it. You're gonna see a screenshot of it on the screen. So we have Mars still in the sign of Cancer at 24 degree and 58 minutes. Today, which is the 4th, as we speak, the moon is there as well at 14 degree and 55 minutes, and Mars is actually forming a harmonious aspect with Saturn and Venus, as well as Mercury, but mostly exact aspect with Saturn, okay? Saturn is in Pisces, 2456, so there is a trine, as you see there, and it also trines with Venus and Mercury in Pisces, as well as the North Node. So there's like, 24 degree Mars, almost, the trine or any aspect, it's as long as it's within 5-6 degrees. So so trines the North Node, Mercury and Venus both are still in retrograde, and exact trine with Saturn. Mars is in the sign of the home, the people, the homeland, where you feel secure, where you're supposedly to feel secure and happy. The sign of the mother. You want to feel also protected, and it's forming a harmonious aspect with Saturn in Pisces, and Mars is the ruler of Aries. Neptune just entered into Aries, and Neptune is at 0 degree and 12 minutes. The Sun is in Aries as well, 15 degree and 13 minutes. And Mars is forming a square with Chiron. So I'm talking about the 4th right now, okay? Mars also forming a harmonious aspect, sextile, with sextile with Uranus in Taurus, and Uranus also is sextiling Saturn. Pluto is forming a sextile as well. Pluto is at 3 degree in Aquarius and sextiles sextile Neptune actually. Pluto sextiles Neptune. Neptune at 0 degree, and so as you know, sextile is between signs of different different elements, right? So Aquarius and Aries are sextiling one another. So so I mean, today's energy is actually very harmonious and beautiful, okay? However, and pretty much for the weekend as well, for the 5th and the 6th, okay? But as you see, if you guys have heard about what's going on in the States, and I always talk about the States and Canada as well, because it's my country, and yeah, there's a lot going on in US and Canada, and I don't know if you've heard about the vandalism of Tesla stores and Tesla cars all across the USA, and even here in Canada we have same thing. Like, you can't now drive a Tesla and you without being vandalized or disrupted or like attacked by people, and all these people who are protesting against Tesla. Okay, but not only protesting, but vandalism and bombing Tesla stores and cars and all these criminal activities. And what's the reason of this? This is all because of fear, aggression, anger. And who rules all of this? Well, the ruler of all of this is Mars, because Mars, even though is the sign of the warrior, the fighter, but Mars also is the sign of aggression, anger. To be perfectly honest, guys, Mars is the sign of pretty much all criminal activities. Okay, so yeah, and especially when Mars is forming, a square with Uranus or Saturn or Pluto. This is technically a criminal activity. This is like nuclear bombing. This is like, killing, murdering. Now Mars, when it's in opposition to Pluto, that's a trigger. Pluto is triggering Mars. Pluto is the idea of doing something hidden, okay? The idea of doing something behind the scenes, being deceptive, being like, you feel because of your fear and because of your anger of whatever, not necessarily that you're at right or at wrong, or you're doing something correct. There is some sort of inner anger, okay? Stress, depression. Maybe you're holding you're holding grudges, or you feel that your rights are being taken away from you. Whatever you're entitled to, because Mars is technically the energy of Mars is the energy of ego, okay? And the energy of being selfish is the energy of me, myself, and I. Mars is the ruler of Aries and also is the ruler of Scorpio. And when you combine these energies together, Scorpio is ruled by Pluto as well. So you see in the transit chart, or even natally, if you have if you have Mars particularly forming a conjunction with your moon, okay, or Lilith in one of the signs that Mars rules, like for example Aries or Scorpio, this is very, very difficult energy, okay? This is the energy of manipulation, of I'm gonna make you gaslighting, I'm gonna make you is like somebody is trying to scare you of something, like a person who is being manipulative, dominant, controlling, being aggressive, and is doing all of this. Literally, it's a narcissistic quality, okay? It's a narcissistic quality. Any person who has these, and I'm not gonna sugarcoat it, because I want you to be aware of the energy, because on the 12th, okay, which is the full moon in Libra, the full moon in Libra, you see, and as you see in the chart, Mars is forming an opposition, not exact, because Mars still in Cancer. On the 12th is going to be at 27 degree, but the energy is building up, okay? Because Mars on the 29th of April is going to move into Leo, okay, and is going to form an exact opposition with Pluto, okay? So on the 29th, Mars going to be at 4 degrees, even though the new moon in Taurus is really beautiful new moon, but because of that T-square and the opposition between Mars and Pluto going to be at 3 degrees 48 minutes and Mars 4 degrees and 8 minutes, both in fixed signs, Leo and Aquarius, and Mars and Leo also forming a square with the moon and the sun, because it's a new moon in Taurus in a fixed sign, both at 7 degrees, okay? So Mars and Pluto both are the rulers of Scorpio, okay? And Mars obviously the ruler of Aries. So you can see from like prior to the 29th, the energy is building up, and I always tell you, okay, before we hit the exact degree of the opposition or the square, usually the 10 days before that, the energy is building up, okay? But after that, the energy is going to be dissipating when it's in separation mode, okay? That's what's called in astrology, either it's applying or separating. When it is applying, means it's building up before it hits that exact degree, whether it's square or opposition. But after that, after a couple of days, the energy starts to dissipate and it's going to be separating. So it's going to be less in terms of strength, okay? But before it hits degree, it's getting stronger and stronger and stronger until it hits that degree, okay? And that's why I'm talking about, you know, the full moon in Libra, because on the 12th, as we see in the chart, Mars is squaring Chiron, okay? Squaring the sun in Aries, and Mars squaring the moon in Libra. And it's a full moon in Libra. So you see also a T-square on the 12th of April, okay? And the moon is in opposition to the sun. Obviously, it's a full moon, okay? So it's a T-square between the cardinal signs. So what does that mean? And also Mars in approximate, like it's almost, because once again, the energy is building. It's not exact, but the opposition with Pluto is it's building up. It's applying now, okay, as we speak. We don't see it now as of today and tomorrow and this until the really, the 10th and 11th. That's when it starts, that energy to, start to build up. But why I'm talking about this? I'm talking about this because Mars rules Aries and Scorpio, okay? So, and what's in Aries right now? Neptune just entered Aries. Neptune is the sign, if we just think about Neptune on its own, okay? And I've been talking about that multiple times. Neptune rules escapism, unclarity, uncertainty, delusion, illusion, confusion, disillusionment, disappointment, and dissolving of borders, okay? So, which means I can do whatever I want, okay? And I don't need to have any, like, crossing the line, basically. There are no boundaries, okay? That's what dissolving, boundaries, dissolving. No, basically there are no boundaries, okay? That's the energy of Neptune, because Neptune is the ruler of the oceans and the waters, okay? So there are no boundaries, something fluid, okay, liquid. So what does that mean? And it's Neptune now is under the influence of Mars in the 4th house, and Neptune is in the 1st house, which is Aries. So what does that, what kind of indication that gives us? That gives us the indication of, it's like there is going to be lots of anger, lots of aggression, lots of criminal activities, okay, including, okay, but not limited to, including murder, assassination, vandalism, rape, you name it. Because once again, especially with the energy of the opposition from Pluto, That's the trigger, okay? So, and with Neptune, that's no boundary, no limits, okay? Means there are people who are going to cross the line, okay? There are people who are going to do things under the influence. Because if you know, guys, majority of the criminal activities are committed by people who are under the influence. They are either drugged, which is Neptune, you know, escapism, recreational drugs. We're talking about like not only marijuana, but we're talking about cocaine and heroin and all kind of, and fentanyl and all kind of this stuff, and alcohol, of course. Okay, so we will see these activities on the rise as long as Neptune in Aries. Okay, because once again, Aries is ruled by Mars. Okay, and Mars, not only if it's in the cardinal sign, but also if it goes, especially when it moves into Leo, because it's a fixed sign, and it's Mars in Leo is more active, okay, is more energetic. Mars is going to be in harmonious aspect with Aries, okay, which means the energy is going to be like potent, okay. And then Mars is going to move into Scorpio, which is going to be triple the potency, okay, because it's going to be in the sign that it rules, right? So sorry, after Leo is going to be Virgo, and then Libra, okay. Mars doesn't like to be in Virgo, by the way, okay, so it's going to be very passive, and it's going to be very weak, okay. But regardless, I'm just giving you the negative aspect of Mars, and I want you to be aware why we're seeing all of this in the world. That doesn't mean what's happening in the world right now, okay, whether in US or in Canada or some parts of Europe, doesn't mean these people are entitled to what they do. No, it's the entitlement, it's the egotistical of Mars, okay. It's the criminal, or the it's my right and I have to do it, even though you're not right. That's not your right, okay. This is aggression, this is anger, this is out of being vindictive and malicious, because this is the lower vibration of Mars, okay. And once again, especially when it's triggered by Pluto, okay. And now let me tell you guys, Mars square with Uranus, this is 100% either or conjunct Uranus, okay. This is the most difficult aspect of Mars, the most difficult aspect. This is terrible accidents, this is the use of like nuclear weapons, or even like any kind of weapons. This is murder, this is and it's going to be all of the sudden, okay. This is destruction, disruption. It's the worst aspect ever, okay. All wars happen in the world when Mars is having a very negative aspect to Uranus or Saturn, okay. Mars and Uranus, specifically Mars and Uranus, things erupt like out of nowhere, okay. This is like there are so many, not necessarily that, but specifically if Mars is in one of the signs that it rules, like for instance if it's in Aries or it's in Scorpio, it's going to be even worse, okay. But as long as Mars forming a square with Uranus, then expect something related to terrible activities, okay, to murders, to assassination, to use of weapons, okay. Now also Mars squares Pluto is terrible as well. Mars squares Saturn is terrible as well, but the worst is Mars and Uranus, okay, because Mars is malefic. Mars rules aggression, impulsiveness, acting out of ego, okay, acting out of like doing something vindictive, okay, something. Now when it's in opposition to Pluto, it means that there is something hidden plans, and it's not positive at all. It's very negative, okay. It's triggering, It's, it's like you're planning for something bad, okay? Something related to criminal activity, basically, okay? Preparation or planning for some sort of deception or deceptive or criminal activity, okay? So the trigger is there, which is coming from Pluto, okay? Because Pluto is hidden under the world, hidden under the rug, okay? Behind the scenes, we don't know, okay? It's like, think about it of like all of a sudden you see scorpion or you see snake coming to you from nowhere. That's the energy of Pluto, especially when it's doing or forming an opposition with Mars. And we're gonna see that in the next couple of weeks, okay? Now, the other thing is I wanna talk, this is in the transit. In the personal chart, in your birth chart, you need to watch out where's Mars placed in your birth chart. And I'm not gonna be sorry for saying this, and I'm not going to sugarcoat it. If you have Mars in a very, in a sign that it rules, like Scorpio or Aries, okay, particularly, okay, and it's in conjunction with the moon or Pluto or Lilith, then this definitely 100% means you have a very malicious, vindictive behavior, okay? You have narcissistic qualities, and once again, I'm not going to say sorry for what I'm saying because it is what it is, okay? You need to watch your behavior because both Pluto and Lilith and Mars, they have very similar energy, which is dark. Mars have beautiful energy, like, and also like even if we talk about the sexual energy, it could be even rape, or it could be doing things like unethical, okay? Like sex trafficking or like sexual activity for some sort of negative motive, that's also ruled by Mars and Pluto and Lilith, okay? So watch out if you have these conjunctions in your birth chart and try to shift this energy towards, something positive, something harmonious, okay? Try to strengthen or, be mindful of others, stay away from your, conflict and being combative and and try also to seek some sort of therapy or counseling, okay? Because I don't know, guys, this is very, very negative energy. And not only Pluto, Lilith, and not only Mars conjunction with Pluto and Lilith, but also if Mars is very close to the moon in either Aries or Scorpio, okay? Or any I would say fire sign, but particularly if Mars is in the sign that it rules, okay? And if you are Aries or Scorpio, either Sun or Rising, you could be having these qualities, but it's more potent if you actually have Aries or Scorpio moon, okay? If you have Aries or Scorpio moon, this energy is very potent. Or you need to see and find out where is Mars in which house in your birth chart, okay? So this is what I want to talk about, and I'm just like, I want to bring this to your attention because that's what we see in the collective. And there's actually in the States there are plans and preparation for a huge protest tomorrow on the 5th of April. Millions of people, I heard that they're gonna go out protesting Trump and Trump's tariffs in the States. So I just want to warn you guys, be careful, stay away from these kind of okay, so the 5th of April, sorry, I'm just gonna look at the chart. I don't see something something terrible in the chart, except for hold on, let me see, April the 5th. So April the 5th, what do we see? We see Mars once again sextile in Uranus, square Chiron, but Mars is forming conjunction with the moon. And Mars and the moon conjunction is not cool. Okay, it's not cool. I just mentioned that. Whether it is in the transit or whether it is in your natal chart, okay? Because there's that energy of fear. Mars and the moon, there's energy of hidden activity, moon, hidden, okay? Stuff that's going to happen at night, in the dark. So there are preparation for something hidden, okay? Something not clear. And the moon is actually forming an opposition with Pluto, as you see in the chart. So the energy of some, criminal activities is right there. It's not that strong, but I'm not gonna lie to you. I see some violent activities. It's gonna happen tomorrow. Okay, so be on the watch out for that. Mars rules fire. Okay, and so there could be, we're gonna see fires, certain areas, or bombing, or something along those lines. Yeah, that's what I really wanted to speak about. In the future, I'm going to share with you assassination charts for people, political, or activists or political figures, and I'm going to share with you where was Mars in their natal chart, or what kind of aspect Mars forms with the transit when the assassination happened, okay? Because if you guys remember, when I believe the first assassination of President Trump attempt, he wasn't assassinated, of course. The first attempt happened when Mars was formed a conjunction with Uranus in Taurus, okay? And there was that fixed star Algol on top. Yeah, so you really need to watch out for this. Either in your natal chart or with people you're dealing with, try to avoid. Now also Mars presence now in the sign of Cancer, you will see lots of combative conflict going on in the family home, okay? Yeah, or some hidden activities in the deception, lies. So be on the watch out for that, guys. Violence, domestic violence, or sexual assault or something along those lines. So be on the watch out for that. Now, last thing I'm going to talk about, if you have Mars forming a conjunction with Lilith or the moon or Pluto in your personal chart, in your birth chart, this means that, and I said that, okay? I said that you are going to have very aggressive behavior, narcissistic qualities, behavior of being, violent and aggressive, and you have anger and temper tantrum issues, but you also could be subject to, some sort of childhood trauma as well, okay? Yeah, so I just want you to be aware of this. So you really need to check your natal chart and see where Mars is. Okay, so let me do some tarot reading, as I said, and this time the style I'm gonna use, I'm just gonna pull cards, and I'm based on the energy I see or I feel, and I'm gonna tell you what I feel and what I see. So I'm gonna start with oracle cards here. And then I'm gonna pull 3 or 4 signs to see who's this reading going to be for. But let me just start with pulling some oracle cards. Oh, so many cards. Okay, so I'm not gonna take all these cards, just the cards that flipped out here. And I was talking about Mars, and you got sadness. And say what you mean. Say what you mean. So, okay, before I get into the energy I feel from this, let me pull some and I got Scorpio. I'm just gonna pull 3 or 4 signs because I can't do each sign separately because it's too much for me, to be honest. Virgo. So Scorpio, Virgo, Aries, and Capricorn. Okay, so this first tarot reading, tarot and oracle reading, is going to be for Scorpio, Virgo, Aries, and Capricorn. So what I see here, I see sadness and say what you mean. Quite frankly, I see manipulation. Yeah. I feel like you're feeling being betrayed, cheated on. You feel sad. You probably even feel sad because you didn't get what you want, okay? And you're trying to get away with something. But I feel the narcissistic energy here, okay? It's very, I can see it very, look at just the depiction here. Say what you want, what you mean. Yeah, say what you mean. And it's card number 18, it adds up to 9. And 9 is ending. And we've just had the solar eclipse in Aries at 9 degrees. Okay. Yeah. And 5, sadness, card number 5. And 5 indicates change. Change is happening no matter what, okay? Change is coming no matter what you do. So ending and change, end of situation, and there is going to be change of the cycle. The cycle is going to end, and something new is going to happen, okay? It has to change. It has to end. That's technically what I see, okay? Yeah, let me pull more oracle cards. Let's see. I've already shuffled the cards before I start the reading, but I'm just gonna, pull more. Oh, wow. Letting go. And then true love. Letting go, true love. Change is happening, okay? Change is happening, and you need to let go, okay? You need to let go, and you need to close that chapter because there's something new is going to happen. There could be some sort of karmic relationship or some sort of very intense feelings, intense emotions, okay? For some of you, you're letting go of a relationship because you are looking forward to a new love, a very, actually, true love. How else I can say it, okay? Something where there's reciprocation of the emotion or the feelings or how you interact with one another. Reciprocation of, there's respect, okay? There's reciprocal, love, really. That's what I see here. Let's pull more oracle cards. For some of you, I feel like you feel sad because you don't want to let go and you're kind of clinging on a certain situation and you're being very stubborn. And look, you got the signs. You got Aries, Scorpio, Virgo, Capricorn. Scorpio is is very, it's a fixed sign. Aries is, and both Scorpio and Aries are ruled by Mars, okay? And very, you know, ruled by Mars. I've already explained what Mars and the negative energy of Mars. So being stubborn, being aggressive, okay? And Virgo is, and Capricorn, very dominant, controlling, okay? And I'm sorry, like, you know, this could be your energy or the energy of the person you're dealing with, okay? You take it as it resonates, and you're just gonna be honest with yourself, okay? Nobody here is judging anybody or watching you. This is the energy I'm picking on, okay? It's up to you how you perceive the energy and how, you know, if it doesn't resonate with you, you're gonna have to let it go, okay? You don't need to attach yourself to it if it doesn't resonate. But if you are honestly resonating with this, then you really need to heal yourself, okay? And here you go, you got secret accounts. You saw the cards, they came out. You got Queen Bee, secure, confident, boss bitch, career focused, in the moment, living in the moment, and I miss you. So as I said, there could be somebody's watching you, okay? Or you are watching somebody through secret accounts, okay? But I feel the energy of being controlling, of being manipulative, of being like, look, Queen Bee, like secure, confident, boss bitch. Like you want to control everything. You want to be in control, okay? Very dominant energy. Like the Emperor energy, which is technically Mars energy, okay? It could be also you're clinging on somebody, you're watching somebody, you're spying somebody, you're spying on somebody, okay? I mean, the energy is very clear, like you can't make it up, right? And I was talking about Mars, and everything I see here is the energy really of Mars and Pluto. Yeah, manipulation, being secretive, deception, lies, planning of things, you know, behind the scenes, something vindictive, like vindictive energy. That's what I see here. I'm not sure who I'm picking up on, okay, but that's really what I see. And so far, I'm just getting oracle cards, like I didn't even pull any tarot cards. For some of you, I feel you feel sad, and I don't know if I mentioned that. You feel sad because there was separation, okay? Or things didn't go the way you wanted, or you got some sort of like, you know, negative news, okay? Or you found out that your partner was lying or deceiving you. You got the loving man and the crease. Oh, wow. Once again, number 5. I just want to see how many times we've had 5. We've had 5, 3, 9, and 4 twice. The crease, the loving man and the crease. Oh, wow. Let me put these here so you can see. Yeah, the loving man and the crease. So it looks like for some of you, now this is not gender specific, okay? It doesn't matter if you're the loving man or woman, but it seems like there's decrease in the emotion, in the love, okay? Or the relationship is changed from being loving and caring to the energy of sadness. Say what you mean. There's something hidden. There's something in between the words. Okay? Some sort of like separation. Decrease. You know, look. We see here somebody's playing with the water, and there's decrease of the water, and the water is technically you know, is all about emotions, flowing of emotions, but there's decrease of these emotions, these feelings, okay? Or honesty. It's getting little day after day, it's getting less and less, okay? That's what decreases. So, and it's a representation of a cycle, so which means the cycle is ending, okay? The cycle is ending with certain people in your life. There could have been love in the past, true love, the loving man. There could have been love in the past, but now the energy is changing because the cycle is ending, because this is like either a karmic situation or a karmic relationship. Now, it doesn't have to be, this reading is related to love. It could be related to other energy. It could be related to a location. It could be related to a situation. Yeah, it doesn't have to be relationship. It could be anything. Okay, so let me get some tarot cards for this. And once again, the reading is for Scorpio, Aries, Virgo, and Capricorn. And if you guys remember when I did the reading about the solar eclipse, you know, it's a new cycle, okay? It's a new cycle, new era, new energy. So we have to embrace that energy. Because there's something going to change, something going to end in our life. The moon is eclipsing out the sun. You got Seven of Pentacles, Two of Wands, and Knight of Wands. It came upside down. Okay, so I'm gonna keep it upside down so I can tell you what the energy is. And you got the King of Swords. So that, from this, I can just tell you that there are plans, okay, or there could have been certain plans in the past, okay, to express, you know, your feeling to somebody, but you've been how do I say it? You've been trying to grow that energy, and you've been working on it for a while, okay, or nurture that energy of giving love, of maybe you know, Knight of Wands is technically a fire energy. It's all about passion and compassion and giving love, but it's a knight. It's not a king or a queen. It's a knight, which means the energy comes in fast and leaves out fast, okay? And as you see here, somebody is lighting up a candle and looking out from the window or from the door, but it came in reverse. So two fire energies here, and air energy as well as earth energy, okay? So we could be talking to you know, any fire sign or air sign or earth sign. And I don't need to mention the signs, because we know fire signs there are like Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, and you know, earth signs. But I feel the energy here, and you see, we got Scorpio and Aries, okay, ruled by Mars, and Virgo and Capricorn both are earth signs, okay. And yeah, so I feel the energy of separation, of a relationship that's been either one of you was trying to nurture this relationship for a while, or these emotions, but it's getting, once again, it's a knight energy. It's not a king energy, okay? A king is, or a queen, they wanted to establish, they are established, they are well established, they're stable emotionally, okay, and I guess financially as well. But they also, when they enter into a relationship, they wanted to be in a long-term relationship, okay? But the knight is a youth energy, it's a youth energy. It's energy that comes in fast, it goes out or it dissipates fast, okay? With with the sword energy, king of sword, we have a king here, king of sword. So it feels like there's somebody's planning for a disclosure, okay, to say something, okay, or giving an ultimatum, or or speak their truth about something going on, okay. But I'm not gonna like sugarcoat it, guys. The energy is very clear. There's some sort of deception or like separation going on, end of a cycle, you know. I'm not gonna pull more cards. I think we've had enough of that. Also, another Two of Pentacles, the World. I see travel, okay. I see somebody's planning, okay, for travel or like negotiating. Oh wow, you got the Star as well. So there's a wish fulfillment here. And Ace of Pentacles. Oh. For some of you, I see there's money coming your way, okay? Or some sort of assistant. A wish come true. You've been waiting for something and you're gonna get the news about it, okay? It could be related to travel. You could be planning to travel, but you lack the funds, okay? Or you have some financial hardship to travel, but I see that's gonna happen, okay? I see you being contemplating or planning for a while, but you lack some financial help, or you're going through financial hardship, but I see the help is coming in the way. And quite frankly, if that's what you're doing because you're separating or because there is some sort of cycle ending or relocation or whatever, you're gonna be happy if you do that, okay? Because the world is a representation of travel, 100%, okay? And it's a travel, long distance travel. For some of you, you know, it could be a travel to you know, enhance your situation or improve your financial situation. Maybe you got a job overseas, okay, or another state or another province, you know. But I see you happy. I see you a wish fulfillment, okay, something you've been dreaming of and you're wishing for, and it's coming true. It's gonna happen, okay. And you got the patient witch, which is the Hangman, okay. So you've been contemplating this. You've been looking at it from a different perspective. You spent nights and nights up late thinking about it, you know, maybe having headaches, maybe scared, you know, fear the change, because we got number 5 multiple times, okay, but you stood your ground, okay, you've been persistent, and you've decided that, or you got the help you need. You got the Knight of Pentacles as well, okay. Look, you got the Knight, and now you got the King of Pentacles. So Knight of Pentacles, King of Pentacles, Ace of Pentacles, and earlier we got Two of Pentacles here, okay, and the Chariot. So 100%, whoever I'm reading for, okay, there is a cycle ending. I'm not gonna pull anymore. And Four of Cups, yeah, there is a, you've been so picky, okay. Love it, okay, and it goes on and on and on. But you know what? That's what it is. Here you got the World, the Chariot, okay. This is 100% indication of travel, okay, or of leaving a situation, of relocation, okay, change of location, 100%. Whoever I'm reading, whoever is like in this, now once again, it doesn't have to be your sun or rising, could be your moon sign, it could be you have a stellium in Scorpio, Aries, or Virgo, or Capricorn, but I see sun sign very potent here, okay, yeah. So and help is coming, okay. You either going to get help to reach your destination, or when you reach your destination you're gonna build a fortune, okay, you're gonna be successful, okay. Yeah, so I don't know, guys, I don't feel like I wanna extend this reading any further, quite honestly. Let me just get some I'm just gonna get some business oracle cards, or you know, cards related to prosperity and abundance. Okay, so we got the guide. The universe the universe provides for me. Always provides for me in miraculous ways. The guide, okay? Which is, and you got the Ace of Pentacles here. You got the Mother as well. The Mother. My energy is my most valuable currency, and it expands as I nourish my mind, my body, and my soul. Okay, so the Mother card, it says my energy, and I'm reading at the back of the card. These are mantras, guys. Okay, I'm gonna try if I have time to put it on the screen for you, but otherwise you need to listen. My energy is my most valuable currency, and it expands as I nourish my mind, my body, and my soul. And you also got the Farmer, which is Earth energy. Okay, I am an abundant and limitless being who is connected to the infinite source of all creation. It's in me, not on me. I am an abundant and limitless being who is connected to the infinite source of all creation. It is in me, not on me. This is very beautiful, guys. Very beautiful energy. Yeah, that's really what I see for you guys. I think it's really positive. Okay, despite the fact that there's some sort of separation, change of location, maybe separation from family members, maybe separation from friends, maybe separation from work environment. It could be any kind of separation, but I see for lots of you there's going to be travel in the works for you. Okay, and change of energy. Okay, so yeah, that's what I have for you. I wish you best of luck, and I'll see you in the next one.